watch this entire video before doing the Sophiology juice cleanse or any juice cleanse for that matter. Hello, my name is Marissa. I am a certified personal trainer and I'm feeling really good. I'm one day closer to gaining my licensure as a registered dietitian. So my channel is really based on personal training and nutrition combined. I love both topics so much, but I definitely veer more towards the nutrition path. Just so you know, I am, almost pretty much qualified to speak on the things that I'm going to be talking about in today's video. So just getting that out there first and foremost. Who knows, maybe by the time you're watching this video, I will be a registered dietitian, but I'm gonna leave that up to Jesus. So essentially today we are going to be reviewing the Sophiology. Did I really just say sociology? I'm sorry, I have study brain. If anyone, I know you guys probably just did finals, but I have been studying nonstop and I can't think. I can't form sentences sometimes. So you might have to deal with that a couple times during this video. Not sociology, Sophiology. She is a lifestyle YouTuber and she also has a extremely aesthetically pleasing Instagram that I stumbled upon because one of my friends on Facebook posted a photo of a girl announcing that she was going to start the Sophiology juice cleanse. And initially, my dietetics brain starts going off with ambulances because it's a red flag whenever I hear the word juice cleanse, because I used to cleanse and I know what they're about and I know what goes into it. I was immediately like, holy crap, I need to look into this and I need to do a video on it. I thought that it was a new thing, but apparently I am super behind. When I went on YouTube, I saw countless videos of people showing off their transformations, their insane weight loss from doing this juice cleanse. So you might be thinking, why is it bad if people are seeing results? Watch this entire video to find out. Sophiology has an Instagram page dedicated to her quote unquote juice diet that is separate from her regular Instagram, but it is tagged in her bio, so it makes it really easy for her hundreds of thousands of followers to find it. The actual juice diet page has 42,000 followers, which is crazy, but not really, because if you're boasting really fast weight loss, a lot of people desire that, especially if they're getting ready for an event or a trip. I know summer's coming up, and I think that's why I saw that initial post on Facebook, because everybody gets in that mindset of getting this bikini body, getting shredded for summer, which if you've followed me on Instagram or TikTok, you know how I feel about that. We are going to look through the challenge, the information, 14 different smoothie recipes. Just by initially looking at it, they all look really good and really nutritious. If this was an Instagram page where she just showed off different types of smoothie recipes, I would have absolutely nothing against it. In fact, I might try some of these smoothie recipes because they look absolutely amazing and look like they'll actually taste good, which is a plus. But when we dig a little deeper, things get kind of bad. So right off the bat, we have benefits of my juice diet. Let's break down first and foremost each of these benefits one by one. So you lose weight daily. May or may not be true. There's so many things that go into weight loss. This might be true, but it's hard to tell because naturally and normally our body weight fluctuates on a daily basis. There might be a downward trend, but it might go up on one day, it might go down on another. So we can't really say for sure. 2, the weight stays off. This is one of the claims that I have the biggest issue with, because saying that the weight stays off, you really have no idea if that's true or not until you go through the diet and realize how strict of a diet it really is, and then you end up gaining the weight back. I am very curious if any of the girls that made their YouTube videos sharing their progress, what happened after? Okay, yes, you got from point A to point B in 2 weeks or a month, but then what happens by month 6? What happens by month 12? This is the problem with really stringent diets. They are not sustainable and you end up gaining not only the initial weight back, but in a lot of cases, even more weight back. So I don't believe this claim. Number 3, it's customizable. So we'll have to see see in later slides if that's true. 4, it detoxes your body and promotes healthy digestion. The detoxing thing is a myth for the typical healthy individual because we have organs in our body like our liver and our kidneys that help detox waste products, detox anything that's not supposed to be in our body. So saying that doing this juice diet is going to detox you really isn't true unless you have liver failure and then you actually need a method of detoxing. You wouldn't be doing this. You would be doing something supervised by a physician, probably in the hospital. 5, it helps raise discipline and respect for food and portion sizes. You might feel really good about yourself if you get through this in 2 weeks and you haven't binged or you haven't, fallen off. That's often the verbiage we use when we're doing a really strict diet and we don't follow through with it every single day of the week. We say we've fallen off the wagon. This might be true for some people. Some people who have really high discipline might be able to get through this initially, but then what happens long term? We always want to think about the long term, and this is a very short term weight loss catalyst, I guess, and it improves the appearance and hydration in your skin. This might be true, if we're thinking about smoothies, you end up having a liquid as a base. So you might be drinking more water throughout the day. I saw she used coconut water in a lot of her recipes, which does have electrolytes, so it is very hydrating. That might be where her claim is coming from for that. I will not knock that one. 8, it's forgiving. You can fall here and there and still achieve impressive results. So let's get into the actual diet now. At least she says at the very top, consult with your doctor before starting this diet. The only thing I don't like about that is doctors really don't get that much nutrition training. So even if a doctor looks at this and says, hey, yeah, it might be good to try, take it with a grain of salt. The people that you should go to for asking about a specific diet like this would be a registered dietitian, not a doctor, even though it is very common for patients to go see their doctors for nutrition advice. That's not always the best case. So she has 3 different categories and we're gonna go over those in a bit of detail. First off, I think it's very interesting that she tells you about how many pounds per week you're going to lose doing the easy, hard, and extreme version, because everybody is different in terms of how their body utilizes and stores fat and expends stored fat for energy. And so it is really difficult to be able to pinpoint exactly how many pounds per week you're gonna be able to lose on any diet, really. It comes down to the individual. So let's go over the easy one first. This is 3 meals a day, but 2 of those meals are smoothies, which I've been through the whole drink meal replacement shakes instead of meals thing before. I've plugged my MLM story video so many times, but I'm gonna do it again because if you haven't watched it, you should definitely watch it for a lot of context on why I ended up having these views that I do now. So 2 smoothies are going to be super, super low calorie. It is very hard to pack a lot of calories into a smoothie unless you're adding high volumes of nut butter, you're using milk instead of like almond milk or water as a base. There are ways to make smoothies higher calorie, but we'll have to look at those recipes again to see if any of those really are gonna be more than like 200, 300 calories. And then she says 1 meal that's less than 700 calories, which that's fine. A meal between 500 and 700 calories can be healthy and balanced. So I'm not opposed to that. I am opposed to having just 1 meal and 2 smoothies a day. She says nothing about snacks in this easy mode. So really you're gonna get to the end of the day and you probably have only eaten around 1,000 to 1,200 calories. Around that range, your body is not able to utilize the calories you're consuming for its optimum daily functions, because most people, unless they have a damaged metabolism from previous diets, most people have a BMR ahead of that, like around 1,400 to 1,600, depends on the person, of course, depends on gender age, body composition, so many things, but we can overall say that most people have a BMR of over 1,200 calories. High activity, we need to define that. What does high activity mean? For me and for like calorie calculators online, that is around 6 to 7 days of activity a week of moderate to intense physical activity, which burns a lot of calories. So you're probably gonna end up in such an extreme deficit that you might not even have the energy to get through those workouts. So you're already setting yourself up for failure. Let's go on to the hard version. Again, 3 meals a day, but this time, no chewable meals. The only thing you're gonna be having is 3 smoothies and healthy snacks in between. But again, this is very ambiguous. What do we define as healthy snacks? How many calories? For me, I would consider a healthy snack to have 2 or more food groups and be able to satiate you enough to hold you over for your next meal. We don't really know how many snacks in between. That's really up to interpretation so much that it's hard to tell how many calories somebody would be getting doing the hard version. But because they're taking out a full plated meal and replacing it with a smoothie, you're probably having less. And the clue is that the potential weight loss here is 4 to 7 pounds a week. The healthy range for weight loss in a way that it is sustainable is 1 to 2 pounds per week. So already, even on easy mode, we are going above that to a point where it's really not that healthy or sustainable. Now, in the hard version, you limit your activity to moderate activity, which I would say is around 3 to 5 days of moderate activity, not super light, not super intense, which again is still burning a lot of calories. So I'm very curious what you would end up with at the end of the day if you literally burned all of your or most of your calories off, which is not good. If you need a breakdown of calories and how they work in the body and why you should not be eating less than your resting metabolic rate, I do have a video that you can watch. It's from a really long time ago, but everything still remains true in it. I highly recommend you watch it. And if you have extra questions and want me to make an updated version, let me know as well. Now on to the extreme, which is just, it makes me so mad because it's everything I'm trying to tell people not to do. And these things are still on the internet and they get so much traction, so many followers, so much support. So extreme, all you can drink smoothies. But what does that mean? You're gonna have 6 smoothies a day? Include desired proteins and supplements. Let's go back to the first slide where she said it was affordable. If you are spending a bunch of money on ingredients for these smoothies and then having to buy supplements on top of that to prevent deficiencies, you're gonna have a hole in your wallet, basically, from doing that. So I wouldn't recommend it. She says potential weight loss is 5 to 10 pounds per week. Now, someone who, let's say, wants to lose 70, 80 pounds is gonna think, oh, I have to do this for 8 to 16 weeks to be able to lose the weight I want. They're gonna get to like week 2 or week 3 and realize how impossible it is to keep up with something like this and then feel even worse about themselves. That's what I see happen so often because you think, oh my gosh, I have no willpower, I have no discipline, I'm never gonna be able to lose the weight. When in actuality, you have discipline, but something like this isn't gonna help foster that discipline. It's just going to make you so overly hungry that you're going to end up ravenous by the end of the day or the end of the week, where you have to eat something because your body needs that nutrition and you have to listen to your body at that point. She doesn't even say just no activity, which is what I would think you would need to do for something like this because you are in such a low calorie range. She says moderate still to low activity. So that could still be 3 to 5 times a week. This girl said, how do you get motivated to stay on the cleanse? Because I can juice for a few days and then I fall off. That is exactly what I just said. You think that you are going to fall off and you end up doing so because it's so challenging. So she said, I set a deadline because if I don't, I am going to give up. start with 7 days. Now, this is very interesting because we don't hear this super often when extreme diets are being pushed. She says the juice diet is not meant to make you lose 50 pounds, just to get you started and turn your lifestyle around. People lose 5 to 12 pounds and move on. The problem with that, let's say in a perfect world, you lose the weight you wanted to lose, that initial 10 pounds or something. That is not giving you the tools you need to create an actual healthy lifestyle after you get out of that diet. Are you going to know how to prepare healthy, balanced meals? How you're going to meal plan? How you're gonna grocery shop and budget for these things? How you're going to have the behavior patterns to be able to continue a healthy lifestyle and not fall back into a diet trap like this again. These diets are the reason why people get caught in the yo-yo dieting cycle, where they start a new diet that looks tempting, looks like it's gonna work, get started, do it for about a week or two, fall off, gain the weight back, and then are in the same exact position they were when they started the first one. And that can happen for months, even years. This isn't setting you up for success to move on later with a healthy lifestyle. I was wondering if she was making any money off of this, because usually when influencers or celebrities promote diets like this, it's because they're gonna make a profit in some way. I mean, hello, Kardashians with their appetite suppressant lollipops and skinny teas. So she is in fact making money off the blender that she's using, which it's a smart business move on her end. I'm sure she gets a commission off of promoting this blender on her Instagram page. You always have to ask yourself, what are the intentions of the person promoting said diet? Because a lot of the time, maybe it is to help people, but they end up doing more harm than good and then end up with a lot of money in their pocket. So that's just one thing that I don't like about diet culture. A lot of it stems from people just wanting to make a quick buck. I don't want to criticize this woman's intentions so much because I really don't know enough about her to say that she's just doing this for money. From what I see on the highlights, she is being very supportive towards the people that are doing the challenge. She is responding to people through DM. She has a motivation highlight where she's really trying to provide value. So I do appreciate that. I just wish that influencers and celebrities who are not qualified to provide meal plans or provide any sort of nutrition advice kind of stay in their own lane, because it can result in disordered eating or EDs for young, impressionable girls, especially because that's the demographic we kind of see these start in. But let's talk really quick about the dieting rhetoric that she's using on her page that we see all the time on the internet, but can serve as kind of red flags for you to know, okay, this is not a healthy lifestyle, this is a diet. First off, she's talking about cheat days a lot. She says she falls off and has cheat days. One of the highlights says, I had 4 cheat days, but I'm still seeing great results, reinforcing the idea that you're gonna fall off the track multiple times, but it's up to your willpower and your discipline to get back on and get better at it. She says that practice makes perfect, but general psychology says otherwise when it comes to really strict diets like this. The more you practice, the worse it's gonna get and the harder it's gonna get. I also see her responding to people in DM who are telling her that they are not able to stay consistent. And that should tell you right there that if the overwhelming majority, including the person that created the diet, cannot stay consistent all the time, it's probably not a good thing to try. It doesn't come down to discipline. It comes down to your body craving more energy, more calories. And this kind of diet is not providing enough calories to your body to maintain its daily functions, like keeping your heart beating, your lungs breathing, your immunity strong, your reproductive cycle consistent, on top of having really good energy, having no brain fog, better mood. And when you don't feel good, you don't want to keep doing it, right? So that's kind of the issue I have with these types of diets. I love the aesthetic. I love the pictures. I wish that this was just a smoothie page, like sharing really good smoothies to try, because I would definitely try some of these, and I might. mud mask, like the way that she lays out all of the ingredients and then shows the finished product, I think that's so cool. Candy apple, fat burner. Don't like the name of that one because who's to say it's gonna directly burn fat? Most things that say they're fat burners are not really fat burners. And then if you take fat burner pills, that's a whole nother topic because those are just straight up dangerous. So like this one, she has coconut water, very hydrating, lots of pineapple, lots of berries, which are really high in antioxidants, lots of spinach, high in folate, vitamin K, lots of kale. So if you are going to make a smoothie like this, or really like any of these, you are gonna get some really good nutrients. But if you are eating or drinking rather 3 smoothies a day and not having like actual food that you can chew up, your body is getting more acclimated to just having those liquids. And it's gonna be even harder for you to get back to a regular diet once you're done with this. The bottom line here is any of these smoothie recipes, if you wanna just try them and have like a breakfast smoothie or a post-workout smoothie and maybe add a scoop of protein powder, do it. Heck, I had a protein smoothie for breakfast this morning and it filled me up pretty good for a while, but that should not be your sole source of nutrition. You're not gonna have that much variety in your diet if you're doing that. Like you're cutting out whole grains, lean protein, healthy fats, because not all of these had nut butter in them. And that's so much nutrition that you are really missing out on that you're not doing your body any good. But I'm not gonna tell you to not try any of these smoothies. If you just wanna follow this page strictly for smoothie ideas and recipes, by all means, have them, drink them, enjoy them. If they taste really good, they look like they taste great, but do not participate in the actual diet, in the structure of the diet, because it will set you up for failure. I don't know how many times I have to say this and put this out there. Please share this video if you have a friend or someone you know that is trying to go on a cleanse or a juice diet to kind of give some insight on why this isn't such a good thing. I really hope that the women who made those transformation videos ended up being able to successfully transition into a healthy lifestyle instead of stay on the dieting path. It is very hard to break out of the dieting path, so I commend anyone who is able to do that successfully. It does take a lot of time and a lot of energy, takes a lot of unlearning. Working with someone one-on-one, that's gonna be your best bet if you're gonna try and break the diet cycle. Subscribe, follow me on Instagram, TikTok. I post all different things on all of my different platforms, but they all ultimately stem around holistic nutrition. We're talking nutrition, fitness, sleep, stress management, time management, anything that's gonna help you feel good. Check out my personal training services and soon to be nutrition services. I will update you once those are on my website, ready to go. I hope you got value out of this video. Please, 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 if you have any questions or anything you want me to clarify that you feel like I could have done better in this video, let me know. I'm always open to questions and even constructive criticism when people are kind and respectful, because I need it. I am a very novice YouTuber. I wouldn't even call myself a YouTuber, but I hope that one day I will get there with your guys' help. So I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Hope you had, I'm assuming had, a great Memorial Day weekend and all of that good stuff. I will see you later.